Hello everybody and welcome back to Against the Storm. Havocville was a success. We are slowly, steadily heading towards the gold seal. Hopefully we will get there. The first settlement took a little bit longer than anticipated, so I'm hoping that we're able to get there a wee bit faster. Havocville will now provide these certain trade routes. So if we have the capacity to trade these, then we will be able to trade with Havocville. And in some instances, we'll get perks, cornerstones, etc. will help the relationship between those be more fruitful. But we got to go to our smoldering city first. There is an upgrade that I want. We're going to go with the Monastery of the Vigilant Flame level 10. Another 2% reduction to fuel consumption basically means that things will last 2% longer in the hearth. And I get a cornerstone reroll charge, and that's going to be super helpful because sometimes you don't get the cornerstone that you want. Now, last time the RNG gods just really hated me, so I'm hoping it's not the case here. Conditions-wise, gathering speeds increase by 10% for every 2 workers assigned to gathering camps. Doesn't affect woodcutters, unfortunately, because that meta would be a little bit broken. But essentially, if I have 10 gatherers, that's going to go up by 100% for all the gatherers total, which is pretty stinking cool. We have giant organisms as well. So these are life forms that are larger than what we usually experience for resource nodes. They found in Forbidden Glades only, so we got to maybe pursue those. And that means that we want the not small herbalist camp. We want the herbalist camp, for instance. However, that's a lot of embarkation points. I don't know if we'll do it. But as we can see here, trees will give wood, mushrooms, and leather, which is awesome. And then we saw here, for instance, that Havocville will trade coal and copper and things of that nature. And I do believe that we have those here as well. So something to consider once we get there. I think Prestige 1 is probably going to be best. I don't know. I kind of want to do one on Viceroy just so we can get done a little quicker and kind of alternate between Prestige 1 and the other ones. So as normal, what we're going to do here, we're going to go with lizard. A small amount of fertile soil. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go with the lizardmen. I'm totally fine with that. That will give us a lot of good starting points as well as skewers, which will make them happy right off the bat. Things of that nature. And then, since we don't have beavers, or we don't know that we have beavers, we're going to go with wood. The packs of provisions and amber is just super crucial, I think. And then to round it all off, I think we'll kind of jumpstart our industry, or at least, our production lines by getting some fabric and some planks. So that way we can kind of start off well enough. So this is a marshland, so we're going to go with Mashaville. There we go. All right, cool. So during the mating season, okay, +3 to meat production, gain additional meat for every yield. This is during all of the drizzle seasons, excuse me. And then we have our typical things right here. Travel cost of trade routes increases by 2 during the storm season. So we don't really want to trade during the storm season. The hearth resistance is decreased by 200 at tier 2. We have global fruit production slow by 15% at tier 3. And then at tier 4, a thief. Villagers have a higher chance of consuming twice the amount of goods when using services. 10% for each hostility level. So, oh wow, okay, so there's a 40% chance at tier 4 that will happen. All right, cool, that's super fun. I love that a whole bunch. All right, so the marshlands are a little bit different looking, for sure. But, for instance, you can see here that we have a small foragers camp and we'll have a small stone deposit, which means that if I get all of these people in, which will be 4 people, our harvesting speed or gathering speed will go up by 40%, which is pretty darn good, I think. So we do end up having beavers, which is great. That's a great addition for us, because it means we'll start being able to at least utilize them a little bit better. Now again, we always want to do except marked there, and we'll get that finished. But let's take a look at our blueprints. Can the gods really favor us so much? Not really. Now, admittedly, the granary does have pickled goods and it does fabric pretty darn well, which is great. But I'm going to go with the workshop. Now, the workshop, unfortunately, uses 5 wood, whereas the planks use 3, which is a significant difference. But they do planks and fabric and pipes, and that's a really overall good thing that I have to choose, especially considering the last time when I didn't have planks production at all. I think it's pretty awesome. And then we can go straight into our cooperage. Now our cooperage is useful because now we have coats and tea, and we'll see here that these guys require coats, these guys require coats, and they require tea. Now that does leave our lizardmen kind of out in the dust, which I'm not super thrilled about, but at the same time, we kind of have to go with the greatest common denominator in this instance, and I think that'd work. And of course, we get a clothier. Why not? In this case, though, we'll go with the cellar, because the cellar will get us pickled goods and jerky, which affects both of these guys, but also wine will also affect the beavers. So that's a really good tier, I guess it could be a third tier kind of deal that would really, really help things. Cool. So overall, the RNG gods are not disfavoring us as much as they did last time, which I am always for. And we're going to go with our standard, our pretty typical setup over here. We're actually going to move this to right here for now, and we're going to give our people a new little different location than we did last time. All right, so our standard buildings are up and operational. We get to pick our cornerstone for the day, or for the year, rather. We will probably, 1 lizard for every 25 eggs produced. That's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but not super useful for us because right now we don't even know how many eggs that we'd have on the map. So instead, we're gonna go with wood cutting. Is a lot easier. Woodcutters camp production is 35% quicker. It's gonna be very, very good, considering that my beavers aren't going to be in a huge supply, at least not at the beginning. Our orders. We can discover, complete any 2 glade events. Ooh. Any 2 glade events in 17 minutes. That's a tall order. But we get +3 to pickled goods production, and we would get a weaver. I think we can do it. Now, those are any glade events, mind you. So that's doesn't have to be super crazy ones. We get 3 lizard houses and 3 harpy houses. +1 to meat production's great. I think I'd rather sell goods worth at least 12 amber and then have 7 amber. So we can do one of those already, almost. And then this one would be complete any 2 dangerous glade events. And I don't think we want to do that. Now, admittedly, that's super good. 50% of the amount of goods produced by the butcher. The butcher does jerky and skewers, so that would be super advantageous for us. Why are they giving me such difficult choices? Keep harpy resolve, need for clothing fulfilled. We're gonna go with that because then we get +2 coats production, and I know that can happen already. So yeah, we're gonna do that because I think we do have coats. We do have coats, so they're going to consume those right off the bat, which is okay with me. I really don't mind. Anything we can do to start boosting these guys up quite a bit would be great. And to get an early boost to our resources would be great indeed. All right, we have our typical thing here, like we've been doing before, where we have a good number of population, which will happen when that happens, and then we need 4 decorations. So we only need 4. And I think in this case, we're gonna go with that right there. And then when the time comes, I'm gonna go ahead and build my tier 2. I say tier 2, it's our aesthetics, which is what we'll need in the future anyways. And then we're gonna rope that in. That's all we're gonna do. And then maybe put a couple benches in. So that's gonna get us, I think, almost to our level 2 or our level 3 neighborhood. Is the hope that we'll be able to get to. Now the real question is, nice, perfect, awesome. We got that before the clearance season. So now we get +2 to global resolve, which is actually already boosting our harpies and our lizardmen all the way, which is fantastic. Now, I've been ignoring this, should not have been ignoring this. We need to bust out 2 glade events in 12 minutes, which isn't necessarily something super obtainable. I completely forgot about it, I'm not gonna lie. So that's a little bit of a bummer, because that's gonna be kind of hard. Sweet, we can already do this. So we're going to go ahead and go there, investigate. We're going to send those to the Citadel because it gives me half a reputation point. Rather than get copper and packs of meat. I have the ability to do that, so we're definitely going to. And we have a small trapper's camp that we can do, which is awesome. Alright, we're okay. We shouldn't get anywhere near penalized nor hurt from this, so that's good. And then we're slowly building up our need for clothing. Awesome. Alright, year 1's done already. The storm season was completely uneventful, which is fine. I have no issues with that whatsoever. We're going to roll with this because we could use some more harpies and some more beavers, so we're definitely rolling that way. We're going to switch this boyo out for that, and I do believe, yes, awesome. We can go ahead and fit another person in, which is fine. Everyone can fit in as well. We're going to try and get our dangerous glade. See if we can't get our other glade events. Because what is the benefit again? I've already forgotten. Oh, that's right. Pickled jar production, which is great. Alright. So, calming water. Hostility is reduced by 10 points for every time you use 150 units of rainwater. That's a lot of rainwater. Scouts are so focused, they damage the environment. Bring back twice as much, but resource nodes have... No, I don't like that at all. Crown doesn't need to know everything. I don't like that either. 20 coal for every 3 burn blight rot cysts. That implies that we'll have a lot of use for it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that because I do plan on hopefully having some, you know, geysers, which we didn't even have in the last time. We're going to bust through this real quick. We're going to see what happens. And we got a nice little resource charge here, which will increase meat production to +3, by the way. So let's go there. Oh, wow, what is this? The open vault. Open entrance to an ancient dungeon. We don't have the capacity to do that, but we do easily have the capacity here. -12 to resolve, that's fine. We can handle that. It does kind of suck for the lizards. Yeah, it really sucks for the lizards, actually. We may lose a couple of them. But again, I have to get things done very quickly here. Yeah, because I don't even know how we would get access to these. And I have a very short amount of time. We're going to do this. There we go. There we go. Okay, Stonecutter's already done. Goodness gracious. That buff is amazing. So now we have actually 60% increased gathering speed, which is bonkers. That means they are just like cranking it out hard. And then we also have a clearance geyser. So this geyser pump will automatically get us clearance water. Now, of course, it has to be manned, or we can put like an automaton in it. But overall, that's going to be very, very positive for us. We don't have anyone to work on it right now. So we can totally like do this. I don't know. Part of me really wants to min-max and have them only collect meat. Oh, no, never mind. I have to do it for all 3 of those. Okay, so we'll have that done in 3 minutes, well ahead of schedule. I said schedule on purpose because I like saying schedule. The real question is, we could probably go ahead and get a workshop running. That would be very nice for us. There's our clearance geyser. And our automaton only costs us 1 wildfire essence and 2 pipes. So now it will automatically collect clearance water for us, which is great. And would help if, you know, something used flagging clearance water, because of course it doesn't. But we're going to try and get our production up and running for this. We have plenty. Oh, we have plenty of both of those. I just need something to make like leather skins with. Ooh, this is interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. I am intrigued. We got some more orders. We could have, we need 2 level 1 encampments, which we have 1 right now. Or we can sell goods at least 15 amber. You know what? That kind of compiles on top of each other. 2 to wineskin production. This seems more feasible. And we need to use 100 units of rainwater specifically, or deliver 40 wine and 35 pottery. Any type. Yeah, we're going to roll with that. Alright, so now we need to build our trading post and start working on that stuff. We're now kind of outside of the range of our hearth, because I do want to keep things as organized as possible. And that means I'd like to put my trader like out here, because again, that's not super affecting it, which is great. Now all we need are 2 more people to be able to get our tier 2, which again adds to global production speed. Let's roll with... we're still building stuff, so we're going to wait for just a little bit. Awesome. Trader has arrived. So, what can we do? What do we need is more probably important. Builders construct buildings. That's not super useful. 10% faster speed on roads would be good. Every time you open or send an abandoned cache to the Citadel, you gain 10 copper and ore. I don't even know that we have berries on the map, do we? So this is probably one of the better ones, so I'll totally roll with that. What we need to... Ooh, we could use our pottery. We do need pottery. We need pottery for our pickled goods. Now we want to wait to get pickled good production started. You know what? Let's go ahead and buy 50 of those. I'll sacrifice my tool because that'll go a long ways. What else do I want or that I need right now? I think that's pretty good. I would love to just... Oh, we can build barrels. Oh, I don't have a cooperage. Or do I have a cooperage? I do have a cooperage. So let's take a... can I take a look at this? Okay, so we need to figure out how to get some crystallized dew or how to make copper bars in order to make barrels. And that makes a lot of barrels. Holy crap. No, that's fantastic. That's great. We need to figure out how to make crystallized dew and or copper bars. Let's take a look at our recipe book. So we have crystallized dew as an ingredient. No, okay. Cool. So we need either a beanery, a brickyard, preferably an alchemist hut. That is going to be the preference to make crystallized dew. Copper bars are of course going to take copper, but we can make them in lots of places. Now, unfortunately, we don't have anything right now, so we definitely want to look for that. Okay, so for the time being, which is cheaper? Pottery's cheaper. That's fine. Copper bars are very expensive, and I don't have anything to process copper ore, so that's not a use to me. However, crystallized dew is also very expensive. Goodness gracious, is that expensive. Let's not try to get too meta at the moment, because all I want is to start doing this production. Now, we don't have drizzle water, unfortunately, so that sucks. But we do get the amber trade finished, which gets us 2 people, some bars, some more tools, excuse me, and some people, as well as more reputation. We need something that produces... Oh, water skins may actually be something we can still do as well. Okay, water skins may be more obtainable. I didn't think about that. What does water skins take? It takes leather and it takes meat. So we'd have to find a meat production thing, which I'm wondering which would be easier, to be honest. Which is more feasible is the question. To be honest, I think it's gonna be simpler to make water skins. So we're gonna roll with that water skins with the supplier. We need to break out a little more here, which is fine. And then eventually we are going to get we'll rock that dude right there. Oh wow. Okay, we did 2 things right off the bat. And I think we got reputation from these guys or something. Okay, perfect. A ranch. Ranch is great because it gives us leather. Now we just have to be able to do the things that make it, which is perfectly fine. But it gets us meat and leather and eggs. This is exactly what we need. That also had crystallized dew, but that's okay. Now, rain protector, the need for clothing, that's great. We get another reputation bonus. Artisan, we're already making all of that stuff. Packs of crops, packed of goods, we're already doing that. Pickled goods, though. That's a tier 1 level thing, which means it's going to consume a lot. That's what, 6 and 3? A granary makes it 5 and 3. Oh, that's not worth it. Now, the pack of crops is totally worth it, and even the plant fiber for making fabric is worth it. But even then, we have that right there. If not, I don't see that being worth it. Okay, so we need to go with We could still do an artisan. That's fine, because that gives us barrels, and it gives us packs of luxury goods, which are going to be really expensive to sell. I'm fine with that. And we got our glades done, which gives us another reputation point. Okay, so the kicker is here, education and leisure. These guys take religion and brawling, luxury and education and whatever the T is. Treatment, there we go. So the bathhouse won't be worth it, because it only does treatment. Education and leisure is going to be our best form, because once again, it leaves out the lizardmen. Goodness gracious. There's not really anything I think I'm going to be able to choose for all of them. We'll do a forum, because the forum makes the most sense to me. So that'll be how it is, and that's all we got going on now, which is fine. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to turn the consumption of clothing off. Well, no, it's so low. No, we'll be fine. That's fine. I don't have any issues with it. So now we'll be able to do that, and we finally opened up our trade goods. Thank goodness gracious. Now we don't have a lot. We'll just get that to get trade routes going, because we do need just 5 trade routes. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to focus on pickled goods, obviously. That's going to be your primary focus. And now you can make 13 per. That's awesome. In fact, we're just going to do 36, because you can make 3 sets. Now, if, the odds of them really needing to make that much is slim to none. And in fact, let's turn off vegetables. But that's okay. We want to be ultra productive, so I don't have a worry for it. Our small herbalist camp doesn't have anything. We can't do the big herbalist grass cap mushrooms because, well, we don't have the ability to, because these are small encampments, which kind of does suck. So that means I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start putting more time and effort into our wood production, which does kind of suck because we can't really take advantage of it as much as I would want to. But we are going to go ahead and work on planks. We're going to turn that down to 30. We're going to do all 3 of those to make fabric. We're going to use that, and that is good. And none of these guys take clearance water. We need to be able to find something that utilizes clearance water. That's going to be coats and a weaver. Okay, so we can do a... Well, we're already doing someone that that makes fabric, so that's not an issue. So they're going to make fabric. That's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Let's have 20 planks, actually, because they're only making 2 at a time, which is not really worth it. We're about to hit our second storm season as well. Hopefully we can weather that. I think we'll be able to. Okay, maybe not. That's a bit more intense than I was anticipating. Travel cost there. Heart's resistance has decreased by 200. That's not going to do anything for us, unfortunately. We need to find a way to make coal, because I think that will be very good for us. Alright, so minus 16 is killer. Now we could do that, and that saves us. Okay, so that's what we have to do. Alright, that's fine. That sucks, but it's fine. Alright, year 2. We're going to go ahead and reapply all of our beavers. Man, they're really not giving me more beavers, and that's a bit upsetting. I really want all of my beavers to be super useful. Okay, so we can go ahead and put another person in here. So he's going to make even more pickled goods. And we have our cornerstone. Now we already have 35% there, which I think is hilarious. I don't think we need an overabundance of 1 lizard for every 25 eggs. I don't think that's necessary. The exploration contract, I don't see it being super useful. Now this is good. Wealthy settlements attract wealthy settlers. Newcomers bring 40% more goods. I should have done that before I brought in my newcomers, but that's okay. So the expected gain is 80%. So that means they're going to bring in 80% more goods every year, which I think would be awesome and fantastic on top of it. We also have a lot of things we can do here. For instance, we could just sell a crap ton of stone. We're going to do that. Roots. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. And we'll go ahead and do that because, again, we're trying to fill the trade things, the trade routes overall. That's the most a crucial part in all of this. Now, we do still have 5 people. 3 of them are unhoused. And unfortunately, we could build some harpy houses. That's not unfortunate. That is very fortunate. It's going to use up a lot of fabric, but that's okay. That's just going to give them a boost. We do need to boost our lizardmen desperately. But that requires bricks, and we just simply don't have bricks at the moment because these guys are focusing on making planks. We now have plenty of planks, so that's not a huge issue at all either. In terms of fabric, we only have 4 fabric left. So there's a couple of things that we can do. We could go ahead and build a weaver since we have the people for it. And make even more so they're focused on other things. Ooh, there we go. Or we can just let them be and put them as people that can make, what am I thinking of? Oh, goodness gracious. Make coats and stuff. So there's lots of options that we can push. We're going to move all of these guys over to here. This is like the crappy part of town. They just have to deal with it. And there we go. That should actually bring in all 10 of our lizardmen once they're making through all the other stuff. Yes, absolutely cool. Okay, the issue is that we don't have anything that really boosts our peeps here. So we don't have a way to produce more fabric is basically what I'm saying. So that's not great. It's not awesome at all. And we need to be able to bust into places that will allow us to. And we got to be able to find those basically. We have a couple more orders that we can tackle for sure. Complete 2 events with empathy. Deliver 25 packs of trade goods. That's not happening. Send 3 abandoned caches of any size to the Citadel. That gives us 5 training gear a minute. That's huge. But 10 minutes to do that? No, we can't. No, we can't send 3 of those to the Citadel. We don't even have enough money to be able to afford all that. We'll instead do 2 things of empathy. Production yield for all of those guys, which will work for us. 15 aesthetics. Reach a level 2 standing with 2 settlements. Or again, send the 3 abandoned caches. We can't do the abandoned caches. We just cannot. It's not feasible. So I think instead we'll reach standing level with 2 different settlements. Now, as you see here, the smoldering city, we already have 1. And we can start working on, well, the first Dawn company is one we're already working with. So I think that's pretty telling. We're going to do that. And then what I have to do is I have to see if there's a building that I can build packs of trading goods that isn't my makeshift post. Doesn't appear so. Cool beans. That's just a hyper inefficient building. Is just incredibly inefficient. And we need to start busting out into new realms, into new places, because, man alive, we're already running out of resources. And that's no bueno because we've got a lot of workers not doing anything at the moment. We're going to have you do 14 for this round. We're going to make you make 20. That's fine. We're going to focus on packs of provisions. Fantastic. All right. Oh, my word. We need large resource nodes. We need to be able to build those large ones. So if we get a trapper's camp especially, I think we should do it 100%. Now, we have our withered tree. Blightroot poisons the tree and does all the bad things. So if we cut it down, spawns 1 Blightroot cyst every 120 seconds for every 2 dangerous glades discovered. However, every time you open or send 2 abandoned caches, you get 1 to global resolve. We can't even do this. Okay, so the option's to cut it down. It just is. And we're going to do that as quickly as we can. And then we have to figure out where else we got to go. So this is rainwater, which is great. We always want to build on geysers. And I do believe these guys use that as well. So that'll be a great addition to everything that's going on. Hello. We have a trader. Not a traitor, a trader. And this is where things can get interesting. A cookhouse would be good. That does affect everybody, but we'd have to be able to make flour. We don't have that capacity yet. Plant fiber and herb production. Both of those would be great. Pottery production. Are we working on pottery production? Or actively not yet. No, we did supplier instead. That's what we did. Okay, so that's fine. We don't need pottery production. I say we get some pipes because we'll need some pipes. That's going to be all of my money. But I think we kind of have to. We also just don't have a lot in general. That's fine. That sucks. But we'll be able to get like these caches done, for instance, if anyone were to to be available for it. That's okay. We're doing okay. It's not a super great situation, but hopefully we can start cranking on this stuff a lot sooner rather than later. They're gonna start cutting down, which is good, and we're about to hit our 3rd storm season. So hopefully we'll be okay. Sweet, we got our cellar, and there's our copper bars. It's not super efficient, but we do have a mine over here, so I think we totally have to, we're going to have to build another warehouse over here. I think that's kind of the biggest benefit that we can gather right now. So I can build a mine always from the get-go. If I can find the daggum thing. There's a mine. They call it a mine. So let's go ahead and harvest this area right here so we can build that mine, build a warehouse next to it, and then get in our whatever it is that we can use. That's going to be our grill. It's not super efficient, but we're kind of running low on options here. Alright, so the rainy season passed without any relative issues, although it is getting a little more difficult as we continue to go on and on. Now our cornerstone here. Traders arrive 50% slower. I'm almost, that's pretty much worth it, I think. Mysterious Amber Orb increases the Ancient Hearth for every 2 woodworkers. That's pretty good. 1 reputation point every time you sell goods, worth 60 Amber. I didn't like that last time, so I don't think we'll roll with it. I'm going to go with global production speed is 33% faster, even at the expense of slower traders. That's totally worth it, in my opinion. And then we can roll this. That's good there, because I think I finally have enough beavers for 2 full woodcutters huts. And we're starting to use rainwater as well. We built our rainwater production thingy, and we're going to start using it in our workshop to boost production speed. I mean, production speed's got to be just cranking. I mean, look how fast they're making that stuff. That's fantastic. However, what it does mean is that we are going to need a blight rot post, 100%, because we're going to start needing. We're going to have to start needing to combat that. So, do I have 1 extra on the backside? I do. So I'm going to use that for decorations. We're going to build a blight post there. We have a lot of stone, so I'm going to build this for our industrial part. That's probably more stone than I actually have, but it is what it is. That's fine. And then we're going to investigate that. Actually, we're going to cancel that. I don't have anything else, so never mind. We're not going to do that one. This is preferable. We're going to investigate that. Cool. We're also apparently out of clothing, so we need to start working on clothing as well, which is, man alive, we're going to have to start cranking out a lot of stuff for this. Let's go ahead and do that there. That's a pretty good trade route. Yeah, we're going to start needing some people really, really soon. Because, for instance, we can now get ourselves some coal and copper, but we don't have a way, we don't have enough people at the moment, really. Especially when I'm going to start making blight posts. Yep, that's going to stink. We're going to do 10. It's a necessary evil. I have to get it done. Like, there's no other way about it. Alright, our stormy season has arrived, and unfortunately, all of our nodes are just done for. Like, they are just done for. So we really need to start expanding in this next season, essentially. We just don't have a ton. I guess we have a lot more than I thought. Never mind. We'll be fine. But we've started dealing with our corruption, which I knew we would need to, because we have our blight rot cysts are coming in, and they're rocking and rolling it. No issues there. We shouldn't have any problems in the future. However, we should be able to start. Oh, we don't have enough pipes. Go flip and flack and figure. We can start. If we get more pipes in, we can totally start boosting that up. I'm going to go ahead and start pumping their resolve higher and making production faster, so they can essentially just like build at a super hyper speed. Yes, we should be able to start using that to our advantage a lot. We have more people here. And again, this is where the extra resources really start coming in handy. We have, let's roll with some beavers. And the main reason for the beavers is they are perfect for coal production. Coal and copper production. So I think that'll work out great. But now we have to start bumping into these bigger resource nodes. We have to. We have to start doing it pretty daggum quick too. Increased time between breaks for haulers, that's not necessary. Production speed of copper bars, crystallized dew, and all recipes that use metal ingots, not meal ingots. That might be useful, but I'm going to use a reroll. Allows firekeepers to combat corruption. Every burn cyst removes an additional 50 corruption, 100%. Especially since we're starting to ramp up production on that. That is super crucial. What do we have here? We have a rain mill. We're not making crystallized dew. We'll move 10% faster on roads, that's fine. But I think one of the biggest kickers is that, oh no, we need pipes. I'm going to buy all the pipes we can. And let me buy a good amount of coal as, well, no, because we're making coal. I'm going to do this even though we're making it because I think it's fun. That gives us 16. I think that's enough to get another resource thing done as well. Oh no, this is a big one, so that takes 24. That's okay. That's okay. It's not a huge deal. Not a huge deal at all. So the traders there, the value of goods sold. So we need to sell 11 more goods worth. We have our building materials. We can do that. And can I get some of that? Is that pretty close? There we go. Nice. We got our booming economy, which is going to give us another reputation point. Now, we could do a smithy, which will allow us to make our own tools, as well as our own pipes. Nothing that we could really do there for a pack of trading goods. But I think we'll roll with it. We may not be able to use it, I'm not going to lie, but we'll see what happens. We're making lots of wine, which is great. That gives us a good resource to sell. And again, we're trying to, let's see, First Dawn Company is who we really want to be buddies with. And so I know it sounds weird to automatically go use this after making the big complaint about needing to use these guys, but it's okay. Woodcutters carry 5 additional items. That's a lot of good resources. But again, we're trying to kind of crank through this as fast as we can at this point. So we kind of need all the help we can get, which is fine. That's great. We're all rocking well and good. These guys have their 10, which is fine. We have more pipes here, which we should be still see if this is too much for them, but it shouldn't be. And then we can start going here, which gives us a way to make lots of coats. We're going to make 24 since that's the base of 2 that we can make. They're going to make wine, which is going to turn into luxury packs. Okay, so I know I just did this. We're going to crank that down so that we can crank these up. And hopefully they counter, they do okay, and we're not sucking the clearance water too much. We're going to go ahead and just rock that. And so now we've got lots of coal. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn production this off. They are only going to use coal, which is going to save us on wood. We now have 2 global standing. Awesome. That's fantastic. That's super crazy. And now we got 2 standings with Havocville and the Brass Order, so we don't really need to worry about anyone else. That being said, I still like money. So we're still going to roll with as much goods as possible because that's going to be super helpful. Here we have everything we need except for our services building. So we need to go ahead and work on a services building. I don't have 5 wood to use. Okay. This is a larger issue at hand. We have people consuming too many goods to where we can't even make, or we can't even move anything. So I'm trying to think of what all, we can totally use that now. I know we're low on fuel. Okay, someone's using a lot of our coal now. Oh, goodness gracious. It can't ever be simple, can it? I'm trying to think of what all uses it. I really just can't see what's consuming it so much. So that's a little strange. Hopefully we'll be able to take care of it, though. We're about to get our Rain Punk Engineer as well. What do we want here for our reputation bonus? We could totally do, let's see, luxury and treatment. Temple does religion and education. This does brawling and religion. I think brawling and religion would be good. That's fine. Unfortunately, we can't really do any of these at the moment, because it is rather costly to do it. But that's okay. All right, we're doing our clearance. We're actually officially out of food. We messed up, Aaron. 100%. I did not expand fast enough into the regions that I needed to, and we don't have raw resources enough to do things like our ranch, for instance. So ripperoonies a little bit, and we didn't ever get the possibility of upgrading to a trapper's camp fully. Okay, so we have 6 people who all aren't doing anything, who can't really do anything. We enabled all of that. Cool beans, neato. Yeah, I didn't expand. I just didn't. And I honestly couldn't tell you why. I really, but hopefully they'll be able to rock it there. It looks like we're rocking it well enough to bump these up and maybe counterbalance. Where's the pickled goods? Okay, so we need to focus on, nope, I don't want to call immediately. When you can. When you can't, focus on the other things. Oh, crap. Okay, I see what's going on. We're going to make that override global limit. Now they'll stop consuming so much wood. And that should save us. Alright, woodcutters no longer have a safe space. They should now. And we are not going to cut through that this time. That's unfortunate. There we go. Alright, well, we have to do this for the sake of everyone. Now, it's going to suck because our lizardmen, they're having a hard time, man. They're having a very hard time. And to be quite frank, everyone's having a hard time. It's a rough time to be part of this. To be part of the settlement, I'm not going to lie. That's very much worth it. The skewers, not so much. I really need all of my pipes. There we go. We got our final order as well. We haven't seen a single farm, so we're going to cut through 3 glades, complete a dangerous event, and do all of that good stuff. So, unfortunately, we have a lot of blight root cysts. However, when they destroy one of them, it's going to knock down that hostility. So we'll be able to get underneath. Okay, it's supposed to knock out hostility. Oh, no, I know what it is. Never mind. Someone's going to say that. It reduces this by an additional 50. That's what it is. I thought it was hostility. That's why I chose it. That's okay. We're low on food. Everything's going terribly. Isn't it wonderful? It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life indeed. I don't know that we need all of these people, but I will take the 80 food, or the 80 meat. That's going to be very crucial. Food production for every 50 units of drizzle water. Every villager with the need for education fulfilled. We don't have that yet, and I don't know that we will. 2 rain punk hauling carts will be assigned to the main warehouse to help transport. That's actually pretty good. Impatience grows 30% slower. We don't have to worry about impatience at all. This, I think, would be good. All right, cool. Let's get all of our beavers back in action. We have to find resource nodes. This is a node pumping run right here. And let's go ahead and knock down this. So it's right there. What do we have here? We have stone. Awesome. Where's our stoneworks? Is that it right there? Stone cutters. That's a lot of stone as well. That's going to be awesome. These guys really can't do anything, which is fine. I understand. What do we have here? Okay. Here's a blood flower. We know how to deal with these. We saw these before. Rate of 2 items every 10 or every 6 seconds. We don't have that much food. And we need some daggum trapper scamps. Oh, it's killing me inside. I'm very much dying. I'm just dying inside because we don't have big trapper scamps. And I don't know that we're going to get them apparently because, well, it hasn't happened yet. We'll be able to get this done as well, which will be a nice big boost. But what do we need? I guess we need like pottery or leather or something, correct? Now we have water skins. We don't have drizzle, so we can't utilize that, unfortunately. And we need a forum over here. Now that we have opened up this area, we can totally put our forum, although it does cost a pretty daggum penny. Ooh. Ooh, very nice. Unfortunately, oh, and that's yes, this drizzle. Yes, we did it. We did it. That's awesome. Okay, so our Altar of Decay. We've seen this before as well. But each Blight Resist increases hostility by 15 points during the storm. That's if we don't finish it. Now, we could totally take this down. Reduces hostility every time a villager dies or leaves. Counts as decorations of 9 for harmony. But we don't have anything for it. Oh my word. Burning Blight Resist takes 10 more seconds. Hostility is increased by 45 points for every wildfire essence stored in a settlement's warehouse. For reference, we have 6 of them. Okay, so what we have a solution for this. We can call in a trader. It takes half an impatience point. Actually, they'll be here in 20 seconds. We need to be able to figure out how to get that. And then we actually don't have a way to utilize these guys, which super suck. We don't even have a stinking farm. Cool. Alright, so she's come in, and I actually don't think she gives us a flickin' flaggin' thing that we can use to counter this. Scrolls, resin, oil, tea, and incense. Because why would she? This is amazing, though. We do need a giant herbalist camp. There's a small farm. Okay, never mind. I was incorrect in my mode of thinking. But what we can do, we have the whole issue of it's going to take a long while. So we're going to buy all the food we can. I think that's a given. I think that's a duh. We're going to go ahead and get a lot more clay as well. We might as well buy some herbs. We're going to trade away all of our goods. That's totally fine. That doesn't help us here. Actually, that was a stupid mistake. I made a big mistake there. Because I don't think I have a way to make oil. I swear I have an oil production. Let's go for oil. I have no way to produce oil. I thought I did. I swear I did. Or is oil just one of the things? Nope. If I did have a recipe for it, it would show up there. Scrolls, let's see. I guess I could just hover over this and it would tell me. We could do tea. Where's our cooperage? Do we have a cooperage? I have built 0 cooperages. If I build a cooperage, I can make tea through all of these ingredients, but I need crystallized dew or copper bars. Son of a biscuit. Okay, cool. No, it's fine. We'll get it figured out. We will get it figured out. I just, I'm not quite sure how exactly at the moment. But you know what? We still have... Okay, we have people working on everything else. So I shouldn't have spent all of that dough. I will admit 100%. That may come back to haunt me, but we do get a press here as well. And now we have an herbalist camp and a small farm. We can do all of that stuff. We need to find 2 ancient tablets, a dangerous glade event as well. Upgrade the mine for more ore. Wow, they went through that really freaking fast. But that should mean we have a lot of copper. We do. And we should honestly have a lot of coal. Okay, cool. We do. So what do I need to do at this point, or what I need to do at this point, is sell a whole bunch of goods. Who is this? Packs of goods, cooked food, metal, building materials, fuel. She may have tools, luxury items, building materials. We're going to call her immediately. Because we need to work on this, and I would prefer this. Kills 1 random villager. That's fine. We have 3 minutes. That's going to take 5. Now, it doesn't affect anything during the storm, which is fine. This is what we need. Okay, cool. And we actually have... Yeah, we can actually get some incense. Scrolls are going to be the cheapest, though. We need to... No one's going to give that away. That's fine. So let's go scrolls. We need 30. We can see if we can buy 50. We can totally buy 50. I think that's all we're going to get. For this time. Because we only needed her for just that one thing. That's fine. So that now gives us... We need 2 people here. Perform the ritual. Okay, cool. Awesome. A firekeeper died. That's okay. We don't have... oh, no, that's our firekeeper. Excuse me. Consumption is decreased by 20%. That's actually really great. We will totally take that. And then we're also going to encourage them to work on this stuff. Yeah. No, we'll definitely do that. We don't have enough people, unfortunately, to do other things. Let's take one away from there. And I know we need our harpy. Put them in our supplier. Okay, we don't need to do that. That's fine to make more flour. And we can be able to, we can work on that in the future. That's okay. They're making that. These guys should be done with their blood flour. They are. Okay, I can breathe a little sigh of relief. Not a huge one, but a little one. Leisure and education, we need to be able to focus on that. Harpy's resolves are helican low. How much do I have here? That's going to save us from dropping super duper low. Alright, so we only lost a single harpy, which I will take that as a W. Because, well, they're a lot to deal with anyways. And we're also at that point where consumption starts skyrocketing. But again, I do kind of want to just like power through this. So I think we're gonna keep on going how we've been going. Yes, brilliant. Brilliant. And brilliant there. Fantastic. We need to find some empathy things for sure. Get packs of goods rolling. Sweet. We got some people. We can do some things. Go and get that working there. We are very close to finishing this. And I'm super excited about it. 1 beaver resolve for every 70 wine. Gain 10 skewers for every 10 pickled goods. That's a duh. Yeah, no, we produce lots of pickled goods. Yes, okay, cool. That works for us very, very well. And then we do have something about... something being better and better the more levels we have. Regardless, we do have our district level 3 here. And I think we need to start a new one. We don't have any resources that can be useful there. We haven't found a way to smelt just yet, have we? I don't think so. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't get to use this yet because we don't have scrolls. I don't think we have even the capacity to make scrolls. Supplier, artisan. No, we don't, which is fine. It's a little unfortunate, but it's fine. We can finally do this as well. We're going to break that open and get a lot of goods going on there. And yeah, I think it's time we break into this last big one that usually has something best for us. That would be really good. Of course, if we can get something even better, I'm going to take it. But empathy decisions haven't been something that's been feasible for us. For every villager that leaves the settlements or dies. Let's get a small hearth here so our second one can get going. I thought we had one built already, but apparently we don't. No suitable trees. Let's go over here. I'll get you some suitable trees, good sir. And if we could prioritize this, that would be great. You guys are making lots of planks. Should be making lots of planks. Agitated termites can be a nuisance. -5 to global resolve while it's being worked on. This is a contained stone tooth termite burrow. Gives insects every minute. Counts as 4 decorations of the type. Yes, we will do that. They have -5 to global resolve, but that's okay. And then we have giant, oh my word, all these giant resource nodes that I didn't get to take advantage of whatsoever. It's a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. And we're actually going to go ahead, what? Oh, I need to investigate. Derp to derp. That's fine. I won't be able to hit the thresholds for any of those guys. And that's okay. That's okay. We're building our next awesome. Heck yes. We'll go ahead and put a beaver in there instead. And what we're going to do here is we're going to relocate a handful of these guys because they have 34. Yeah, they don't need 34. They don't need 34 at all, actually. So we're going to relocate all of this, I guess you could call it the not great neighborhood. We're going to relocate that neighborhood. That's going to give us 12 people. All we need to do is 4 at the beginning. Let's do a nice little bench area just to get that up and running. And then we're going to go and salvage this as well, I think. That'll be fine. That'll be great. It'll work perfect. No issues there whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and boost our people. We're going to boost our birdies so that way we get our reputation running. And hopefully we can get most of these issues resolved before the stormy season comes. That would be super fantastic. Can I start one more? I can totally start one more. Come on, Uno mas. Let's get to it, because I want to get that global resolve boosted. All right, well, probably our last trader of the game for this one. Yes, it will be, because we have 52 packs of luxury goods. This is what I kind of really enjoy about the late game, is that like you can just start doing stupid builds and big huge things in order to start boosting the production of everything and kind of get towards that in-game progression. Let's get some more eggs. Why not? Actually, let's decrease that. We're going to use all of those. Boom, boom. Cool. And that is going to have a good effect on all of our peeps. That's not going to get hit, which is okay. And she doesn't have any scrolls or anything, which is a big bummer. No food either. No pies, anything of that nature. So we'll be all right, though. It'll be okay. We're going to hit into our last season, which should hopefully not be super brutal. Okay, it's not super brutal. We're actually doing pretty darn good. I'll take it. And this is only because I thought we had more time. But this will even boost up once we get done with that, which is also cool. There we go. 5 a minute. That's actually a pretty hefty ordeal. And that acts as harmony as well. We're just going to build some thingies there. We have some trappers that we can push on that end. There we go. All right, so this will be the last year, hopefully, which will put it at dadgummit, year 8. I am just not good at this game. There we go. Yep, we'll get it 100%. All trade routes are 40% faster. Gain 3 mushrooms for every 10. Scouts work 10% faster. We're just going to do that for the wood. And then, yeah, now that we're at that end point, we're totally going to be able to get it. So, unfortunately, that took, again, much longer than anticipated. We only have 9. We need 35 seal fragments. However, we're going to take a look at a couple of world events and see what happens, or I guess one. Let's see. Wading through the forest, you encounter a peddler pulling a wagon. Looks like his luck has run out. He's desperate to bounce back. If you can bring him with enough amber, he's willing to lend you some of his best workers. Win before year 8 ends. With 250 amber, you succeed. All your caravans will get 3 more villagers. We need to remember this for the next one, because I don't think I can get 250. There's no guarantee of that. There we go. Oh, and it's its own settlement. I gotcha. Cool. All right. Well, we know where we're going to go for the next one. And hopefully that'll work out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this. If you got any concerns, comments, questions, or otherwise, let me know in the comment section down below. You can support this channel by giving the video a like, subscribing to the channel, or financially supporting through members, which is always a great thing to do to support one of your favorite content creators. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is Havoc, and I'm out of here.